Citibank is the third largest credit card issuer company, and when they came out with the Citi Double Cash, it's at the industry standard for catch-all credit cards. We're going to decide if it's still a good credit card today, if you should be adding this to your wallet, and at the end of this video, I'm going to give you the best alternatives. But before we get into it, make sure you smash that subscribe button. So let's first talk about the requirements to join and then the annual fee that comes with this credit card. And this is honestly one of the easiest credit cards to get and a really beginner-friendly credit card. So as long as you have some credit history built up, you're most likely going to get approved. And a lot of the time, Citi gives a really high credit limit with this credit card. And as far as the annual fee that comes with this credit card, it's a 0 annual fee credit card. So you're getting all the benefits that come with this card for free. So for this category, I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 stars. Now for the next category, we're going to be looking at the sign-up bonus. And a couple years ago, they actually didn't have a sign-up bonus at all. And this was because it was the first credit card that gave you a flat 2% on all your purchases. So they already had a competitive edge and they didn't really need to have a sign-up bonus. Then when some other credit cards started coming along, like the Wells Fargo Active Cash, they then added a sign-up bonus to keep up with it. And let me tell you, this is a really good sign-up bonus. You're going to get $200 in cash back when you spend just $1,500 in 6 months. So a really easy sign-up bonus to hit, quite a lot of time to get it, and a healthy amount of cash back. So I'm going to give that sign-up bonus 4 out of 5 stars. 200 is really the max you're going to see from no annual fee cashback credit cards. So let's move on to the next category, which is going to be the statement credits and benefits. So the main benefit that comes with this credit card is 0 APR and balance transfers for the first 18 months, making this one of, if not the best balance transfer credit cards on the market. So if you have a balance on another credit card, you can transfer it over to this one and then not have to pay any interest for the first 18 months. Now, as far as the fee on a balance transfer, it's going to be 3% within the first 4 months of this account opening, but if you do it after that, it's going to bump up to 5%. So if you're looking to do a balance transfer, this is probably going to be a very good card for that because you're most likely going to get a really high limit and you're going to get a full 18 months to pay it off with only a 3% balance transfer fee. Now, it isn't loaded with benefits like a lot of other cards, but just because that one benefit that comes with it is so good, I'm going to have to give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. So let's move on to the rewards, which is another reason why a lot of people get this card. You're pretty much going to get a flat 2% back on every single one of your purchases. You're going to get 1% back when you buy something and then 1% back when you pay it off, so 2%. And I actually really like that they do this instead of just giving you the 2% up front because it incentivizes people to use their credit cards responsibly. A lot of times, credit card companies want you to get in debt and not make payments so that you're stuck giving them a bunch of money. But with this Citi card, you're going to be rewarded when you use your credit card the right way, which is another reason I think it's such a good card for beginners or people looking to rebuild their credit because it's going to help reinforce that habit of paying your credit card off in full every month. This 2% is just very situational, which I'll explain in a minute. It's kind of like a Swiss Army knife because you can use it for a lot of different things, but it doesn't necessarily do one thing really well besides doing a lot of different things well. So for some of the pros of this card, you're going to get that flat 2% rate back on every single one of your purchases. You don't have to choose the categories and try to maximize your rewards. You're just going to get 2% back on everything. And there's no cap to this 2% back. Another pro that comes with this credit card is the redemption. Instead of giving you actual cash back, they give you Citi thank you points, which can be very valuable if you get the Citi Premier because you can transfer these points over to the Citi Premier and then transfer them to one of the travel partners to make these points really valuable when you're using it for travel. But if you just prefer the simple cash back, you can get it direct deposited into your bank account. You can redeem it as statement credit, or if you really want to, you can get a physical check mailed to you. And if you really need the money, you can redeem these points at any time. So unlike a lot of other credit cards, you don't have to wait till $20 to redeem. You can redeem it with just like 30 cents. Unless you're getting that check mailed to you, which is going to be a minimum of $5, but let's be honest, who's actually getting a check mailed to them? That's probably like less than 1% of the population. Another pro is that this credit card is such a great balance transfer credit card. And honestly, a lot of people get this just to make a transfer onto this card. But just make sure you can pay it off after that 18 months is over. Now for the cons of this credit card, one is there's the 3% foreign transaction fee. So definitely don't use this card overseas if you have a better option. Another con is you're only going to be earning 2% back. So there's no higher rewards category. Although right now, till the end of this year, you do get an additional 3% cash back, but that's really 5% back because you're going to get that extra 1% back when you purchase it and then an extra 1% back when you pay it off. So if you don't have any other options, you can actually use this as a travel credit card. Now, another potential con is the opportunity cost that you're missing out by getting another competitor's 2% cashback card like SoFi's credit card and then Wells Fargo Active Cash both give you cell phone protection, but that just comes down to what benefits you value more. So is this card right for you? There's really 3 people that I see getting this credit card. The first one is just a guy that doesn't want to have to worry about maximizing credit cards and having 3 or 5 credit card setups and just wants a flat 2% back on everything and he's going to pay it off and not worry about any of that. The second kind of person that I see getting this is someone that already has a credit card setup, but he wants a credit card that's going to cover all his miscellaneous purchases, like when he goes to PetSmart or Home Depot or maybe a car wash or something, just to plug up all those little holes in his setup. Now the third person I see getting this is a beginner with a low credit score and they're trying to get a credit card to build up their history and see this as a credit card they can keep long term and get a relatively high limit on, which I do think this is a good card for that, like I said, or somebody that's trying to rebuild their credit and this is the best option available to them. And I like this card for both of those people because like I said earlier, it's rewarding you when you pay your credit card off with an extra 1% back, so it's reinforcing those good habits. And then maybe a fourth person is just someone that wants to use it for a balance transfer. This is definitely a card that should find a place in most people's wallets as a catch-all credit card for all the miscellaneous purchases. Also, this card plays really well in the Citi trifecta, so subscribe if you want to see a video on that.